tip number 41 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. There's other ways to make money, and this is so true. You don't need to just pigeonhole yourself to the construction business. Don't limit yourself to contracting or the construction industry. There are plenty of ways to make money, and by purchasing this book, you're taking the first step in the right direction. And again, like I said, I don't care if it isn't this book. If you got a book on investing, real estate, whatever, home building, whatever it is you want to get into, you're interested in, you're passionate about, something you think you can make more money at, learn about it. Even if you don't get into that business, you can still use some of the principles from that business and apply them to your business. This is just, again, it's a no-brainer. You know, I've said this before, you can learn about farming, gather some information of farming and apply that to contracting, you know, even if it's just through organization or planning, you know. For me, when I would draw my own room additions and design my own buildings, I took what I learned in planning, designing, and applied those same principles to writing. You know, same principles that apply for building a home can be used for writing a book. You know, and again, this is another avenue you might think about doing, is writing. You know, there are ways to make more money. If you're working as a contractor right now and you're trying to reduce the amount of time you spend in the business where you got one extra day off a week, well, maybe you can use that extra day a week to learn how to make more money or do something you've always wanted to do, you know, to make more money. And of course, writing could be one of those things. And if you believe, you know, hey, we don't need another book on that, you're wrong. Trust me. There's always room for another book, and there always will be. I can't think of anything that you couldn't become successful at if you really applied yourself. And this is true. When I started out as a youngster, it was baseball and basketball. I got great at it. You know, obviously I didn't make it to the pros. I wasn't that good. But I was pretty good at it. And then I took that and I went into auto mechanics, and I got good at, I could tear apart transmissions, differentials, I could do body work, take motors apart, put them back together. By the time I was 18, I was really good at this. By the time I'd reached the age of 30, I had excelled in construction. You know, I spent a lot of time learning about homes and business, and you name it. I spent a lot of my spare time working on this stuff. Why? Because I was looking for more ways to make money. And again, this is the chapter we're on in this book. Making money, more ways to make money. And this is it right here. Do not pigeonhole yourself to just one thing. You've got to learn about more. You've got to learn and gather more information so that you can become more efficient, like a machine, a fine-tuned machine at producing and making money year after year after year. And if you can if you can limit the amount of time and effort you're putting into your business, then that'll free you up to get a little more creative and figure out different ways to make more money. I know a guy who's worked in real estate, and he actually got his business up, and he just admitted the other day to everyone that he only goes to work between 1 and 2 days a month at the real estate business anymore. This thing is running, and it is producing like that slot machine that just keeps on giving and giving and giving. So again, don't just think you can only make money in the one trade you're at. If you're a plumber, you might want to get into heating and air conditioning. If you're a framer, you might want to get into general contracting, learning how to build homes, developing property, goes on and on and on.